You guys have to go home, Saori teasingly cried. Sylvia turned away from the sink full of cups she was washing to see Saori playfully pushing Sojun and Alexei towards the door. Sol and JP chuckled at the interaction from their place outside the threshold. But I want to help, Sojun cried, with what sounded like genuine pleading, as Saori continued to push him. And our driver left earlier, Alexei explained, sounding somewhat scared. Sylvia guessed it was because the streets were now dark. Why not let them stay? Sylvia called from the sink. What? What if the paparazzi caught wind, huh? Saori shot back. Sylvia felt like there was more to her outburst than just Dream's image. That is a valid point, but how else are they supposed to get home safely? Sylvia asked, unfazed by Saori's emotions. I can take them, Elaine volunteered. My flat is close to their dorm and the company building, so it will be simple. Sylvia placed the last cup in the dish strainer as she dried her hands. She looked at the members. Sojun wore a pleading pout while the others watched her, waiting for her verdict. Except Minso, who was practically glued to his phone after a call earlier that night. It sounds like a good plan, but Sojun, why the pout? Sylvia asked, unsure why he almost seemed desperate to stay. Am I pouting? Sojun questioned, surprise and realization blanketing his face. I don't know why I was, but I did want to talk more tonight. Sylvia smiled warmly as the others chuckled or sighed. I prefer face-to-face talking too, but until the morning, the phone will have to do. Sylvia winked, holding up her phone. Internally, she hoped that would comfort him. Sojun sighed, nodded, then gave in to Saori's demands, and left with the members and Elaine. Once the front doors closed, Sylvia was rejoined by Saori in the cleaning efforts. The others did their best to keep the apartment nice and clean, but wrappers fell without people noticing. As the two paced the great room, Sylvia's mind was being circled by Sojun's comment from earlier that evening. I can warm them for you. He said it so easily, and she felt comforted by that statement, which in itself felt strange in retrospect. Sojun was a co-worker and a colleague she had known for just under 2 months, so why did his presence seem so natural? Why so quiet, Syl? Usually you'd be talking my ear off with design ideas, Saori playfully chuckled, striving to be relaxed without Elaine to break any perceived ice. Sylvia turned to Saori, her face somewhat dazed. I'm just thinking. Okay. I'm just surprised since you seem to prefer thinking aloud, Saori stated, somewhat comforted by Sylvia's plain answer. Elaine brings that out in me. Until I met her, all my design decisions were made in my head, Sylvia said plainly. She sighed, relieved to be done searching for rubbish on the floor. Looks like we found everything. I'm gonna go wash up, Sylvia stated as she turned to the stairs. Okay, Saori mumbled as she took a seat on one of the entryway sofas and pulled out her phone. Sylvia wrapped up her shower quickly and got into her pajamas. Sojun's words continued to be the main thing on her mind. Sylvia sat down on her bed and checked her phone. Sojun had sent a few messages. 35 minutes ago. We're home now. 30 minutes ago. Wow, I'm suddenly tired. I'm gonna wash up. 10 minutes ago. I'm back now. Are you still cleaning? 5 minutes ago. Saori should have let me stay and help. You'd be done by now. 2 minutes ago. Hey, are you free yet? Sylvia smiled at his concern and then responded to his messages. Yes, I'm done. Sorry, I took a little bit longer than expected. Since Sojun had said he was tired, Sylvia was fine if he didn't answer. So she got comfortable under her covers. Then her phone started going off repeatedly. Confused, she quickly grabbed it. Yeah, why is Young's text tones for Sylvia so loud? From Sol. For real, I could hear it across the dorm. Is he even still awake? JP. Can we not text the group chat after midnight? Minsol. Especially after that party. I'm drained. Alexei. Hey Minsol, let's mute the chat for a bit. Alexei. Yeah, that's mean. Sol. It's not mean, it's self-preservation. Minsol. Hey, what's up with the text bomb, huh? Sojun. Oh, never mind. I just read the history. Sojun. Sylvia couldn't help but laugh as she typed her message. Oh, my text tone is loud, huh? Maybe I should set a cutoff for our text chats. Bah! Young getting scolded. Sol. In Sojun and Sylvia's private chat. That's not fair! I dozed off waiting for you to respond. From Sojun. And when I did answer, it was loud enough that the others heard. Sylvia typed, grinning. Well, a cutoff will help keep that from happening. Besides, we have a schedule at 9 a.m. We should be asleep already. Sojun responded. Why are you so studious? I just wanted to talk. As do I, but talking without a set topic usually means talking until dawn. Sylvia teased. Fair. So what time were you thinking of cutting off our chats? From Sojun. Midnight? Sylvia responded. Why? From Sojun. Because it's a good hour, and we still won't be asleep until after 1 a.m. with that cutoff. Sylvia shrugged as she sent the message, giggling at Sojun's gentle clinginess. Okay then. Good night. See you in the morning. Sojun responded. Yep, sweet dreams. From Sylvia. Sylvia replaced her phone on the nightstand and snuggled down into her covers again. As she relaxed, the words of Sojun's statement returned to her mind. Only now the voice had changed. It sounded so young, like a child in her mind. Then a memory rushed forward. Sylvia's childhood imaginary friend had once said the same thing to her. In Dreams group chat, minus Sylvia. Woo, someone's being chatty, from Sol. Go to sleep, from Minsol. Sojun, your notifications are still loud. You can flirt more tomorrow, from JP. I'm not flirting, from Sojun. Sure, Alexi. You're all getting muted, from Minsol. Someone's grumpy, Sol responded. I'll show you, grumpy. Minsol has muted the chat. Sylvia's perspective. Sylvia, Elaine, and Saori walked to the subway for work the next morning. They followed a marked route on Saori's phone that took the three of them past a playground. Every morning for the past few days, they had followed this newer, more efficient route to work. Songbirds chittered in the trees above, squabbling over bits of food. Saori enjoyed having company on her commute, especially now with Elaine having unofficially moved in. They rounded a corner, and Elaine danced to a nearby advertisement jingle. The three of them shared a laugh and continued down the sidewalk. The wind picked up as they walked past the playground. The sounds of children playing echoed around the street. Saori noticed a young boy playing by himself, flailing his arms in the air. What is he doing? Pretending to be a bird? Saori said with genuine curiosity. Sylvia shifted her gaze in the direction that Saori was looking, and saw the boy she mentioned. She watched him for a moment as they continued to walk. No, he's sword fighting with an imaginary friend. Watch how he holds his arms. Saori paused for a moment, carefully examining his movements. Oh, you're right. Wait, you know sword fighting? I used to spar with my cousin, and my childhood imaginary friend fancied himself a sword-wielding hero. Sylvia chuckled, recalling a faded memory of him pretending to save her from a fashion monster. You had an if? I'm a little surprised. I thought you would have given toys names and stories. Saori mused with a warm smile gracing her face that fought back the chilling air of January. Elaine gasped, her eyes wide with excitement. I always loved coming up with imaginary friends, though I have always struggled with picturing them, so my dolls became my besties. We had so many adventures together. Sometimes they felt like real people. Personally, I would roleplay in my head and make stories, or give my drawings names and minor backstories, but rarely did they coincide. How about you, Saori? Sylvia asked curiously. Saori seemed to avoid talking about her childhood, so maybe this would be a safe topic. Yeah, I can visualize simple things or parts of a whole, but storylines and relationships came easily to me. So my toys had a whole copy of society to play and live in, Saori said with mirth. It often left others feeling confused when they would try to join in. Her eyes saddened and her smile dropped as the comment left her mouth. So Sylvia grabbed her shoulders, gently shaking her and lightly squeezing. Well, our differences in how we think often bring the best ideas to life. And I'm excited to see what our thoughts create during our time together on the Dreams team. Saori smiled once again. Me too. This year is gonna be so much fun, Elaine cheered. Sylvia let her arm drop and they continued on their way in comfortable silence, the hustle and bustle of the fast-paced city streets being their company as they passed through the gates and doors for their morning route. Hello, not-so-imaginary listeners. It's bittersweet to say this, but this will be the last episode of Not So Imaginary to come out for the time being. Because my sis and I are in a slump with Not So Imaginary, and because I will be embarking on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I do intend to have paintings come out every other month while I serve, though. So make sure to stick around, and I'll see you soon.